Hello and welcome, students of Europe Hotel School. We are about to dive into a massive shift that's happening right now in the hospitality industry, and it's one that's going to directly shape your careers. We're talking about the complete evolution of the hotel finance department, how it's moving from a simple back office function to become the strategic heart of the entire hotel. Let's get right into it.
So to really get a handle on this transformation, we're going to follow a pretty clear path. First, we'll look at the old way of doing things, the traditional bottlenecks. Then we'll introduce this idea of autonomous finance. We'll even peek under the hood to see how the AI actually works. After that, we'll see how this tech is changing jobs, from just clerical work to real strategy. And finally, we'll talk about what all of this means for you as a future-ready leader in this industry.
All right, so what's the big problem we're trying to solve here? Well, for decades, the hotel accounting office has been completely bogged down by a huge bottleneck, and it's all centered around one area: accounts payable. This image really says it all, doesn't it? In any busy hotel, the finance team is literally buried under a constant avalanche of paper. I mean, think about it. Invoices from every vendor you can imagine: food and beverage suppliers, laundry services, utilities, maintenance crews. It's just an endless and frankly overwhelming paper chase. And this manual process, it has some really serious consequences. For starters, it is agonizingly slow. Second, it's basically a minefield for human error. Typos, putting an expense in the wrong category. It happens all the time. And finally, it's so labor-intensive that a hotel might need a small army of clerks just to keep their heads above water. So how in the world do we break this bottleneck? Well, the answer isn't just a small tweak. It requires a completely new philosophy for the back office, and it's called autonomous finance. And this right here? This is the fundamental change that your education at Europe Hotel School is preparing you for. The back office is no longer just a place for paperwork. It's evolving into the strategic nerve center of the hotel, the place where key decisions are actually made. The shift is just crystal clear when you see it side by side. We are moving away from clerical labor and into strategic oversight. We're replacing tedious manual data entry with a powerful autonomous platform. And, this is the big one, we're shifting from just reacting to past transactions to proactively analyzing data as it happens. Now, a key platform making all this happen is called Vic AI. The best way to think of it is as the new operating system for hotel finance. It completely changes how a hotel manages its relationships with its entire network of vendors. So you're probably wondering, how does this digital brain actually work? Well, the process behind it is surprisingly straightforward and pretty brilliant. At the heart of the platform is a feature they call autopilot. This is really the engine that automates the entire process, getting rid of all those repetitive manual tasks that used to eat up the finance team's entire day. Here's how it works, in 4 steps. First, the AI ingests every single vendor invoice that comes in. Second, it starts to learn the hotel's unique chart of accounts. Third, it codes each line item to the correct general ledger, or GL account, which is just how the hotel categorizes all of its expenses. And finally, it automatically routes the invoice to the right department head for a quick digital approval. Now, this is the really cool part. The system does way more than just read the text on a page. It's not just basic character recognition. It actually develops a true contextual understanding of the hotel spending. Let me give you an example. So the AI learns to recognize that an invoice from a boutique winery, even when it's never seen before, should probably be coded to beverage costs. It understands the type of supplier, not just the name printed on the invoice. And in the same way, let's say an invoice comes in from a kitchen equipment specialist. The AI knows to map that to repairs and maintenance. It can even tell the difference between a simple repair, which is an operational cost, and buying a brand new oven, which is a capital expenditure. And that level of nuance is absolutely critical for accurate financial reporting. So, as you can see, this automation doesn't just make things faster. It fundamentally changes the role of the finance professional. This is that shift from clerk to strategist, and it's happening right now. So think about this. With this system in place, how many human touches are needed in the accounting office to get an invoice coded correctly and routed for approval? The answer is 0. The entire process becomes fully autonomous. And that frees up the team to focus on much higher value work. Just look at how this changes a finance professional's day. Before AI, they might spend 80% of their time on manual tasks, leaving only 20% for actual strategy. After putting an autonomous platform in place, that ratio completely flips. They can now spend up to 90% of their time on what truly matters: financial strategy and analysis. And the outcomes for the business are just huge. Teams can finally shift their focus from just recording spend to actually analyzing it to find savings. Hotels can run much leaner, more efficient operations, and, maybe most importantly, they can scale the business, open new properties, without having to grow the back office team at the same crazy rate. Okay, let's bring all of this back to you. As a future leader in hospitality, understanding this technology isn't just a nice-to-have skill, it's absolutely essential for your career. Being fluent in these new financial technologies is now a core competency. I mean it. If you are the person who can walk into a hotel, understand these tools, and know how to leverage them, you will immediately set yourself apart as a true future-ready leader. And that brings us to the final and really the most important question. You see, this isn't just about technology. It's about leadership. As you continue your studies and you start your careers, the question for you to think about is this: how will you use these powerful new tools to transform operations and drive real strategic growth? Thank you.